Hi, this is Jack Griffin, and we're at the start of the fourth and final race of the Chicago America's Cup World Series in June 2016. Artemis Racing is ahead on points, and as long as they can finish fourth or better, they'll win the regatta. The first leg and the finish are both pretty wild. Let's take a look. Artemis wins the leeward end of the line, the shortest distance to the first mark, but they don't have the right angle and can't generate enough speed. New Zealand, Oracle, Land Rover BAR, and SoftBank Team Japan are blasting along neck and neck, all up on their foils and doing over 25 knots. They arrive at the 3 boat length zone at the mark, all overlapped, with Team Japan the inside boat with the best angle to bear off and jibe for the downwind leg. You can be sure that each helmsman is busy watching the other boats, not looking at the display showing the distance to the boundary. Japan jibes in bounds, but BAR, Oracle, and the Kiwis all go beyond the course limit, with Oracle carrying on several boat lengths out of bounds. The penalties on those 3 boats should have given Artemis a chance to move into second place, but they make a mistake and start their jibe too early. When they turn back upwind to avoid France, who has right-of-way, they lose all their speed. If they had waited until they were within 5 boat lengths of the course limit, their green light would have come on, signaling that they had the right to room for their jibe. But when they started to jibe, they had no rights and had to turn to avoid France. When all 6 boats have finished their jibes, Artemis is last, and Team Japan has a big lead that they'll keep all the way to the finish. Remember that Artemis has to come in 4th or better to win the regatta. They worked their way back to second, and that was their position when they rounded the last gate before the upwind leg to the finish. Now let's jump to the last 200 meters of the race. Artemis is just where they don't want to be, locked in a battle with BAR and the Kiwis and in a vulnerable position to pick up a penalty. New Zealand luffs Artemis twice. Artemis heads up to keep clear, but their speed drops to 3 knots, and both BAR and the Kiwis finish ahead of them, dropping them to 4th place, just barely hanging on to win the regatta. This is Jack Griffin reminding you that you can get more information at cupexperience.com. Remember, if you've got any questions, just go to the website and ask Jack. Thanks for joining me.